All right, got another video, got another topic. Let's roll. Let's go through these real quick. We're going to go through these much quicker because I think you're getting the hang of this. You're getting these ideas. By the way, I want to know, how are these ideas changing your life? What are some things that have stuck out to you that are helping impact your life? I want to hear about it. All right, let's go through them. Dreams, personal development, financial freedom, meaningful relationships, productivity. Probably need to think of another word to go with productivity because everything else is two words, right? Well, I guess dreams aren't. But anyways, let's roll through them. You're a dreamer, baby. You got ideas, you got goals. It starts with what you want, your desires. It's what God has put inside of you that directs you to fulfill His will for you. You got to understand that. You got to identify that. Drown out the noise. Get focused. And you do that by creating goals, baby. I love goals. Goals will change your life. Goals help you get structured. Goals help you to get organized. Goals help you to get the confidence to move forward, right? Put some planning together and start seeing things happen in your life, right? And give yourself enough reasons to do this. You need conviction. You need purpose that flow and push you, right? And also hold you when life gets turbulent, because it will. Trust me, it's going to happen. If you don't have the conviction when you pursue your goals, the moment it gets difficult, you're going to want to quit. But conviction, reasons why you're doing it, help keep you stable. And you got to change who you are. You cannot expect something new being the old person. You have to change your disciplines. You change your disciplines, you change who you are. It increases you, right? It's better for you. You want better things, right? Get rid of some old habits, develop new ones through discipline, right? Now let's talk about that personal development word, right? Because that's where disciplines really get going. Starts with your physical health. That's just me, but I feel like if you will work on this body, this vehicle you're in, other things are going to start falling into place. It's just going to happen. You start feeling better. You start getting enthusiasm. It's going to give you that momentum to start other things, right? How about your emotional health, your attitude? It's about the things you're consuming, right? You got to stop consuming the negativity and the junk. Get the good stuff in, because what goes in is going to come out. You want positivity? You better start pursuing and consuming it. All right? Are you negative? Something in your environment is feeding that. Get it out. Isolate it. I'm just telling you, emotional health matters. You're going to need it because life is going to get tricky, and you've got to be able to emotionally weather storms. There's a lot of things you would do if you just weren't afraid or if you weren't so doubtful, but your emotional health, increase that, you're going to do better. Intellectual health. Are you learning? Don't know why I put a song. It's probably because I got little children, right? But we want to be learners. Learning new things. Developing mastery of things that we're doing now. Learn. Increase your value. Spiritual health. Your identity. Do you know who you are? I mean, really, are you acting in congruency with who you are, your beliefs, your values? And by the way, are they increasing? Is your identity growing? Because where you are, your identity will cause you to either come back up from a downfall, but it will also bring you back down from going on a run. You've got to increase your capacity for belief and conviction and desire, all those things that's in your identity. So now let's go to financial freedom, because we want to be life givers. We want to be generous people. We want to do things that are good for other people, right? So it starts with value. We're all called to labor. We're all called to do great things for one another, but it's all about how well you do it, right? It's not that you're not a valuable person, right? It's about value in the marketplace that determines your increase, your income, right? It's about, are you going to be the type of person that helps expand what a business is doing? It has all to do with your skill, your attitude, your labor, all of those things. And I will tell you this, it has to do with who you are, all right? It has to do with who you are. Now, let's talk about cash flow, because if you're not managing your money, you're going to work. and you're never going to get ahead. Why? Because you don't know where your money's going, right? This is a discipline. This is saying, hey, I want to make sure that everything that I'm doing, I'm being diligent in management. We can all increase in this area, right? We can all do better in this area. All I'm saying is let's make sure that we're putting some money back. Back, first of all, for emergencies, but it's once you get that covered, we move into the next flow, investment. Let's invest. Let's grow. We don't grow by addition. We grow by multiplication. We multiply, okay? We multiply. You do this either actively or passively. It's your call. It doesn't matter. If you want to, and honestly, I like both personally. I like both. You need to try things, pursue things, right? Do those kinds of things. Buy a product and see if you can flip it for more than you bought it, right? Get involved in a business opportunity, right? Try things. We're so afraid. By the way, our identity holds us back from trying the things that we really want to try because we're afraid of what other people think. Who cares? They're not living your life. You are. Let's roll. Let's try to increase our capacity. Or, hey, you know somebody you can help? Somebody you can partner up. You got some cash put aside and they have a great idea. You don't know much about it, but you trust them. You've seen them do good things. Maybe they'll pay you for your money. Maybe they'll turn your $10,000 into $100,000, right? They have a great idea. They just need the money and belief to do it. It's a risk, but I got news for you. Everything's a risk. That's the thing. People are like, man, I'm afraid of I'm afraid of losing my money. Okay, that's called evaluating risk, but everything's risky. But it's even worse to not do anything, right? So just get used to it. Life is risky. One mentor said, hey, life's risky. It's so risky, you're not getting out alive. You're not getting out of life alive. Just think about that, okay? And let's pursue the better life, right? And that goes back to lifestyle. What are you going to do? How do you want to live? Do you want to live in a way that matters, that is a contribution, right? Building ministries, building churches, doing these things that matter, right? Living a lifestyle that allows you the opportunity to live free. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about these things, all right? Now, let's jump into meaningful relationships. Gotta love your family. Your family is everything. Your family is everything. Love them, serve them, appreciate them. Let them know that they matter. They are the most important people in your life. Don't just assume they know. Let them know, right? Friends, you got to watch out for your friends. Who you hang with, you become, right? You're the sum total, the average, so to speak, in certain areas of your life based on who you're hanging out with. So be careful with who you're hanging out with, okay? Network, grow it. Grow it. Hey, you hear that? That's my family. I told you, I love my family. Ain't no thing. You might see Adley here in just a second. Come on, baby. Let's roll. Come on, baby. We're talking to some people. Come on. Everybody say hello to Adley. Everybody say that. Oh, goodness, baby. She's a little upset. Hi, Adley. Say hi. All right, go see your mama. All right. Fun stuff. Anyways, grow your network. Help people increase what they're doing, add value, do these things, right? Let's talk about your public relationships. People that maybe you'll never know, but you impacted them. But you can't be of impact if you're not paying attention, right? Go out and be of a good reputation wherever you go. The cashier, the people in the car wash line, the people at the soccer games, the people at the ball games, whatever you're doing, okay? Be a person of impact. Be a person of inspiration. Be a person of influence, right? Now, we're in the concept of productivity, and we've talked about daily, doing the days well, planning your days, taking charge of your time. Time is like money. That's why they say time is money. Money is time. Are you accounting for your time like we account for our money? It's a good question. Something we should work on, right? We also talked about seasons. You got to know what season you're in. Because if you try to fit an activity into a season that activity is not called for, it's out of season, you're going to cause stress, you're going to cause a lot of disruption, you'll never get the harvest that you truly want and desire, and all you're going to do is spend your time frustrated. Don't spend your time frustrated. That is not productive. Know the seasons, work with the seasons, work in the seasons, and anything that doesn't fit in the season, shelf it. It's not that you're not going to do it. It's not that it's something that is being wasted. It's just not the right time. Know your seasons. There's gifts. I'm going to say this right now. Just feel this. You have a gift that you think should be used in a different capacity. If it is not being used yet, it is not time yet. Whether it is the timing of the doors that are not ready to open for you yet, or you have not developed into the person in which that gift will be of use yet. Regardless, it's the wrong time, right? Discern the time. That doesn't mean don't do anything. I'm just saying know the time and do what's appropriate, the activities that are appropriate in that time. So now we're in the new idea. You ready for the new idea? I'm going to take a drink of water. Woo! A lot of talking. The new idea is this. Understanding cycles. Okay, cycles. Repeated time frames. Repeated things. I'll tell you the most simplest cycle is, again, goes back to a business cycle, which is going to be quarters, right? Businesses measure their performance based on quarters. They can tell you that, historically, in certain industries, quarter one is the best, or quarter three is the best, or like retailers, quarter four, the end of the year, retailers explode. Why? Because you got Christmas, you've got all these things going on, right? Well, here's the point in your productivity and with cycles is you've got to get really good in figuring out patterns and being able to make predictions, accurate, logical predictions, right? Kind of goes back to seasons, right? Identifying, but the seasons require some nuance. It requires reflection and prayer and a lot of consideration, a lot of counsel even. But with cycles, there's nothing to talk about. It's just the law of numbers, really, right? It's learning to know what to expect. It's learning to put yourself in position to leverage your time better because you understand what that impact is. So for instance, retailers, if you notice, they are full throttle in the fourth quarter, right? Subsequently, all of your product designers, right? All your people that want those products in those stores, their high points are in different earlier times because they're ramped up trying to get the products into the stores before their ramp up. It's working together. It's predictable. Everybody knows it, right? Cars sell higher at the beginning of the year, and that when people start getting their income tax, right? Like I'm just simply saying, there are things in your life that are cycles. They are business cycles. But how about this? Some of you all have some people cycles, right? You have now been able to truly see how people act and respond, right? You have cycles that have all to do with understanding that, maybe you've got a relationship. It's like, oh man, we're good for like 2 or 3 months, right? And then all of a sudden something random happens and now we're not good and we don't talk for a year or two. And all of a sudden, here they come back around, right? Like it's a cycle, it's a pattern, it's predictability. Why is this important? You've got to be able to manage your time, manage your emotions, manage your opportunities, right? Predictability helps us to make the most of the time because we understand, we have an idea of what the time is going to be. How about you? What are the cycles that you could identify in your life? One of the worst things to do, for instance, right, is to try to mix, again, a cycle with the wrong activity. Kind of feels like seasons, but this point is the predictability. Some seasons come upon you, you don't know where it came from. It just came out of nowhere. It's a storm. It's a stormy season. But what I'm talking about in this cycle is that you can bank on it. It's going to happen. The question is, are you doing all that you can to prepare for it, right? I'll give you another example, right? Maybe you have a lot of work in a certain area. Are you planning for rest afterwards? Sounds like Adley's back. Come on, baby. You want to hang out with Daddy? Come here. You got to make those plans, right? Like this. A little unpredictable, right? Usually she wants to hang out with Mama, but today she's hanging with Dad. So all I'm saying is start thinking about what can you do to be thinking your life as far as more predictability, right? Learning the patterns, learning the things that's going on so you can maximize your time and opportunity. Hey, I'll catch you for one more video under the idea of productivity.